evening, Darwin. Good evening, Joe.
Evening, boys.
Hi, Joe. Hi, Pat.
Welcome along into another edition of Sportsview on Monday, the 16th of March, on the eve of St. Patrick's Day. Green Guinness. Anyway, green Guinness so is a drink all day tomorrow. I mean, I don't think they'll be doing anything else here. Just have to put it. They probably will. Anyway, excuse my voice. I have a head cold, but I suppose. Oh yeah, by the way, we're streaming live on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and on LinkedIn, and we have a comment as well. You can make comments into the studio. Now we had the ending of the Six Nations over the weekend in rugby. We're going to start with rugby tonight, and I must say it was a fantastic ending. I don't mean the results, but the rugby itself. All the games were very, very good. And we'll just remind you of the finish.
One of the most consistent clinical goal kickers in world rugby with a kick to win it. They can't believe it. I can't believe it. Here we go then. Championship title on the line. If you talk about pressure moments in international sport, you will not get more pressurised than this. He's done it. He's done it. He's done it. France has given the championship to France. Oh, would you believe it?
What a way to win it. Crew for Ireland. Seconds away from a championship. I have to give massive credit to France there.
Well, I mean, if there ever was a game that none of the two teams deserved to lose, I think that was one of the outstanding games of the Six Nations between England and France. As you know, England beat France last year by 1 point. So in the Six Nations, so it was. I suppose on balance, if you try to be balanced, I'm not an expert in rugby, but on balance, I think the French had some of the most outstanding players during the Six Nations, in my view. I saw 2 English pundits picking their team of the Six Nations on the BBC website. I don't know what tournament they were looking at, and I'm no expert, you know. They had a load of Welsh players on it, and they had one Irish player on it, and loads of English players. Now, Ben Earl, to me, was the outstanding player for England, in my opinion, you know, in not alone against France, but he had an outstanding Six Nations. He's a tremendous player, you know. What did you see it, Darwin? Did you see the match?
Yeah, I watched the second half of the England-France game and the Wales game and what have you. But I missed the Scotland-Ireland game. But I mean, some of it just you've got to fancy England and France to be the pick of the crop every time, haven't you? Because of the depth they've got. You
should, yeah. With the league they have and with the population, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's anybody, you know. If that was Scotland or Ireland or Wales or even Italy trying to break into that sort of area, it's so hard for them because they haven't got the depth, have they?
The odds are against it. Just to remind people, where are we? Ireland 43, Scotland 21, Wales 31, Italy 17, France 48. England 46. So there were the final scores.
I have to say as well, like there was a big thing on Radio 5 this morning about the bonus point situation within the Six Nations.
Yeah.
Because if France doesn't get the bonus point and they still beat England, Ireland would. I think France needed the bonus point to beat Ireland, even though Ireland had won 4 games.
Yeah.
I mean, how does that work?
Yeah, I was reading about that during the week in the lead up to it. Somebody else brought it up I think it was the Irish Independent. They were talking about it. And, you know, so it's like you're getting a bonus point in a game you don't even win.
Yeah.
If that's the case, and that just doesn't seem right to put you over the top to win it. You
No,
know,
when they were talking about it on BBC this morning, and you're sort of listening to it, and you think to yourself, well, how can Ireland win 4 games and lose the championship because
Right.
another team won 3 have got a bonus point?
well, that's the thing with it. But I suppose that the bonus point thing came in to encourage try scoring as opposed to penalty kicking and what have you.
Yeah, you're right there. And it has been a marked difference to the game.
Yeah.
But do you not think that the goal kicking stuff shouldn't be 3 points, should be 1?
The penalties?
That would be a much better way of resolving it, wouldn't it?
Well, I give it 2 points because for a try is 7 points. Well, it's 5, and it depending where you get the try. But
No, if you think of England, you know, winning the World Cup, and you know that Johnny Wilkinson,
Right.
they all they ever did was kick goals,
yeah,
and to me, rugby's about scoring tries, isn't it?
oh, it is. Yeah, every day.
Football now deciding, for argument's sake, going into the World Cup that a corner's worth a quarter of a goal. So if you have 4 corners, you've got a goal.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean that's just nonsense.
Well, I was thinking about that actually, the very same thought that you just had there. Because in the old days, if a cup tie was tied, and I'm not talking about professionally, but there was a system that the team with the most offensive corners won it, would move on. So, but I agree with you in the sense of either you have to up the try value and maybe knock back the penalty value to 2 points, the same as a conversion. You know,
I get the conversion being 2 points because some of those kicks from the right edge and left edge of the fields deserve 2 points, don't they?
Oh yeah.
I just think when it's a penalty, I don't see how that makes 3 points.
Well, the penalty not alone is for the score; it's to penalise the team to stop interrupting. Because a lot of teams, I remember when Richie O'Haw was playing for New Zealand, he was a terror for it and got away with blue murder for years. They interrupt the flow of the game, on purpose. So they have to be penalised both on the field of play and on the scoreboard. I said that's the thinking behind it.
Yeah,
But I mean, they could also punish them by a yellow card for it, and get them off the field.
Yeah.
So, but you're right. I mean, that there's that. It's like corners, right? We were talking last week, right? There's people holding on to each other. They're practically giving them a piggyback.
Yeah.
And there's no call being made about it.
No.
So to me, it's ridiculous. And then when you have pundits, I swear to God, if I listen to the next pundit tell me that there wasn't enough in that, when a fella is pulling another guy's jersey in the box, when that very same foul in the centre of the field gets you a yellow card.
Exactly, and the fella pushed in the back in the penalty area, and he said there wasn't enough in that to give a penalty. I mean, how stupid can you be? How stupid!
There was one this weekend with Reece James with Chelsea.
Yeah,
and they actually on Match of the Day, they put the camera on Reece James with the attacker, and you didn't see the corner being taken. Reece James, not once did he watch the ball come in from the corner.
Right.
The ball could have gone back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have known.
Reece James wouldn't have known any different. And all he did was wrestle with, I can't remember who Chelsea played now, but...
Well, it was the same thing in the Arsenal game with Dewsbury Hall and the Brazilian centre-back that they have. He wasn't even looking at the ball. He's doing is looking at him and holding him.
Yeah.
And to me, that is, I mean, that's above and beyond, the whole thing. And whatever happened to unsportsmanlike.
Oh God,
Yeah,
don't mention Chelsea and sportsman like behaviour to me.
you
Anyway.
break that down even simpler, can't you? What about obstruction? Because surely he's obstructing the player get to the ball, isn't
He is, of
Right.
course.
But doesn't the ball have to be within playing distance for you to be obstructing him?
he? Yeah, maybe.
So,
Yeah,
so you have that side of it as well. So I mean it's it's a curse on the game. And when you think about it, when
It's a blind game.
yeah, it is a blight on the game when you're allowing stuff to go in the most important part of the field, which is the penalty box, where goals can be scored and not scored, probably more often than not. But yet, somebody pulling your shirt on the edge of the centre circle, trying to get past you and break the lines, is worth a yellow card for pulling their jersey back.
Yeah, and you often get sent off for it. But
And if you get a second one, well, that's what happened with the Leeds guy, right?
yeah,
He had one. Yes, he had one on whatever day they played, and then he had another one which was a kind of a Mickey Mouse tackle. To be honest, that I don't think deserved the yellow card. And then you had the Crystal Palace player, which is even more of a disgrace, celebrating, jumping around and celebrating him getting a red card.
yeah,
He should have got carded for that.
it should. Yeah,
I'm sorry, but in the old days, fellas would have been ashamed to have carried on like that.
They would, yeah, they would.
On Saturday there was a really good sort of chit chat about the football and stuff, but they were saying about players holding their heads all the time.
Oh yeah,
and again, somebody phoned in, and you remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about it, and I said about as soon as if you holding your head, like even though you haven't been touched, go off. You've got to have a head assessment or whatever.
HIA, yeah.
Yeah, because they would stop it. They would stop doing it. But again, the referee stops play, all the rest of it, and all it's just another break, isn't it?
It's. Did you say there was the idea of giving a quarter of a goal for a corner in the World Cup?
No, I was giving that as an example.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine, like, you've got a quarter of a goal, and you get 4 corners, and you got a goal given to you. I mean, that was in the talking about.
The final score would be 4 1/4 to 5.5.
Well, could you imagine what it? I mean, that was
There's nothing, Dermot. There's nothing outside of the realms of imagination when it comes to soccer and the people at the top. It's.
I do think this head thing though, like players are doing it all the time now. They fall over and hold their heads, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The first thing they do is that, and then you get whoever's doing the color commentary next to the commentator. Oh, he caught him in the eye. He didn't catch him in the eye.
No.
He got him on the face, and he went down, and he's holding his head.
When they do the slow motion playback on it, the replay, I mean, you can see he hasn't even been touched. Half the time they've been whacked around their chest.
The shoulder.
They go down like they've been shot.
Yeah.
In the Premiership, there was wins for Brighton, Arsenal, Newcastle, and Manchester United again. They're playing Bournemouth Friday night, Man United. That's the next game in the league. Now, English teams were embarrassed during the week in Europe, as we saw, and this week are the return legs of the European competitions. And on tomorrow night, Tuesday night, well, Arsenal drew with Bayer Leverkusen, so that's 1-1. That ties on tomorrow night, as well as Chelsea and PSG. Chelsea are 5-2 behind. They could have been 10-2 if you ask me the way the game went. And Man City, the great Man City, with all the money, they're 3-0 behind against Real Madrid. And Mbappe and Bellingham are back in the team for the return leg tomorrow night. I was reading about them there. On Wednesday night, you have Newcastle and Barcelona are 1-1 with Barcelona playing at home, and Liverpool are 1-0 down against Galatasaray. They're playing at home on Wednesday night. And as we know, they were held to a draw the weekend in Anfield to Liverpool by lowly Spurs. So that was not a good result for either team.
No. And Spurs lost 3-0 at Atletico Madrid in
They
midweek.
did, they did, yeah.
That was, I don't know. What did you make of that? I
But
mean, you put a young goalkeeper in there, right?
yeah.
Unfortunately, the first thing that happens is he makes the mistake and he slips. I'm sorry, but if I'm a Spurs defender, I am not going, for the next 20 minutes, I'm not going to put that ball anywhere near his feet.
No.
I'm going to let him recover, and we're going to play forward from here.
Yeah.
And, then when, who was it, Mickey van der Ven slipped as well.
In passing the ball back.
Yeah, and hung him out to dry on that one. And then he has that second mishap with the when he clipped his own ankle with the ball when he was trying to play it across, and then to take him off in the after 15 minutes. I mean, that is soul destroying for a player. Although, to be fair, I read an article about him afterwards where he said, you know what, these things happen in football, and he said, I have to be strong enough to get over it, and I have to come back from it.
That's a good attitude to have.
Yeah, it's a great attitude, because remember, who was it, Karius, that played for Liverpool in the European Cup final against Real Madrid?
Yeah.
A couple of major clangers, and he never played for Liverpool again, I don't think.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it can destroy you. You know, it can destroy your confidence, and we all know that goalkeeping is confidence is a huge part of it, and belief. So,
in the Premiership,
Still goes back to the same thing though, Joe, doesn't it? Like they're trying to play it out from the back, and some of them aren't good enough to do it.
Well, didn't somebody else do it and got caught trying to? Who was it? Was it Real Madrid got caught when they tried to play the ball out the back?
Yeah.
And not just playing it out the back, but playing it up through the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And they gave the ball away.
Straight away, wasn't it?
Yeah. Who was it? I think it was one of the English teams. Was it the it was the Chelsea goalkeeper.
Yeah.
They
Couldn't
gave it
happen
away.
to last fella.
Yeah. Played it right up the middle, and then he tried to do it again a few minutes later. Honest to God.
I'm looking forward next year to have Millwall in Europe. Yes, sir. The boys out.
It's going to take him a couple of years to get into Europe.
We have tattoos flying to Europe. Anyway, Arsenal are top of the league. They're on 70. Man City on 61 points. Man U on 54. Aston Villa on 51. Liverpool 49. Chelsea 48. And Brentford 44. So even if Brentford win tonight as we're on here, they'll still be in the same position because they're 4 points behind. But I think that it will be very good for a club like Man United. I know we're always talking about them for a long reason, but if they get into Europe, I think it will be the making of that team. I think it looks like that Carrick might get the permanent job, Dermot. What do you think?
No, I don't know. I wouldn't even like to say, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Radcliffe was asked about it the other day, and he said, but let's not go there, you know. And then I see today that Harry Maguire and Casemiro, the rumour has it that they might be getting a 1-year extension on their contracts.
Casemiro has stated that he doesn't want to when he's leaving.
Has he said that?
His mind is made up. Casemiro, I know Maguire, but Casemiro is leaving anyway, you know.
I mean, it's so interesting watching United because they are like a different team, aren't they?
Oh, they're totally a different team. You could see I mean, you could just see how deep the team spirit is when they score their goals at
Yeah.
the weekend. And
Yes.
and after the game, they were just like they were all over each other
Together.
and yeah, together and just like uh, jumping on each other and patting each other on the back and what have you, and hugging each other.
There
So
was
it's totally different.
there was some great analysis last night on Match of the Day with Rooney. I'm actually starting to warm to Rooney being a pundit.
Yeah. I like Rooney.
He made a great analysis last night about how Mainu and Casemiro being in the middle gives Fernandes the freedom to go wherever he wants to go.
Oh yeah,
Precisely.
That he's
Absolutely.
up on the left, he's up on the right, he's here, he's everywhere.
Yeah.
but that all comes down to coaches with opinions of players. They form opinions
Yes.
without giving them the opportunity to play.
To
And
beat
that's what he did.
himself.
He thought the last guy that was there thought that Diallo and Bruno Fernandes were two number 10s and they couldn't play together. And so he'd made his mind up that they had to have something else in the midfield for it to work. And now look what's happening with them. I mean, they've got all their guys firing. They just look like a completely different team. Completely different team. Guys like Harry Maguire are playing great. I wasn't very kind to Luke Shaw because he was making some rickets in a system that the last guy was playing that he wasn't suited to.
He seems to be being a bit quicker, fitter, and he seems to be playing at a high energy now than he did a few games ago. Luke Shaw
Yeah,
did.
he's playing in his own position. He's playing as a left back. So it's
That's right, yeah. And he's
So-
playing it up to the. Now, in the championship, the state of the teams in the championship is Coventry have 77 points, Middlesbrough have 70, Ipswich and Millwall are 68 points each, Hull 63, Wrexham 60, and Southampton 57. They're the top 7 teams in the championship. All very tight. There's another 54 points down along. There's about 12 teams in contention for the playoffs to get promoted, which is very, very good championship. League One, Lincoln and Cardiff are still the top two to get promoted. There to the championship. Lincoln are on 80 points and Cardiff City 76. The next one then is Bolton on 65, Bradford on 64, Stevenage on 57. Did Bradford City were they in Division 1 time? Do I remember?
Were they what?
In Division 1.
They were
Bradford
in the
City.
Premier League at one point, weren't they?
Was
Yeah,
it?
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
When
Phil Brown, wasn't it?
Paul Jewell was the manager there, wasn't he?
I think
When they
Phil
were-
Brown was oh no, was he Hull?
He was Hull. Yeah, he was Hull. Paul Jewell was at
Paul Jewell, yeah.
was
And
Bradford.
in Division 2, Joe with Bromley 73, MK Down 71, Cambridge 68, Notts County 64, Salford 64, Swindon 63, Chesterfield 59, Grimsby Town 56. So they're well in there for the playoffs. Grimsby there is. And up in Scotland, Ballyrig Rose are still top of the pile on the Lowland League, our adopted team. They are playing Celtic B next weekend, guys. I might get a clip of that for the show, And I was looking for just an aside from that, myself and my son we're looking for a Ballyrig Rose jersey. We're going to give it away on the show some night when I get it. We're going to give it away for a question, People will have to tell us where exactly is their home ground or something like that, and what kind of a roof is on their stand, or I don't know. We'll see anyway,
Got a roof on their stand, have they?
Anyway, it's one of those old style ones. Ballyrig Rose up top anyway with 63 points, and I don't know who. Clydebank Clydebank, were they in the Premier League not so long ago?
Yeah, they
Clydebank,
were. Yeah.
Clydebank are on 58, Tanny are on 56, Celtic B are on 44, so they're a good bit off the pace. But anyway, I could get on the phone. But one of the only Irish gold medal in athletics was won in 1956 in Melbourne. It was won by Ronnie Delaney. He passed away over the weekend at the age of 91, almost 92. This is his race.
In the field is a dark horse from Ireland, strangely enough wearing green.
And the race really happens going down the back stretch.
And here you are, Ronnie, you're still only in 10th place with 300 metres to run.
Thank you, but see, I'm only passing Scott of New Zealand. I don't even bother passing fast, because I really haven't begun to run fast. And now I begin to move. I only take the lead with maybe 100 metres to go. And this is Houston really struggling, he's tired. I go through the tape, winning comfortably, arms outstretched.
And when you cross that line, Ronnie, does it go through your head that you fulfil this moment of destiny?
Yeah, you have a lovely feeling of, I can't believe I've won. And that's the beauty of it. All your ambition, all your discipline, all your destiny.
The Irishman drops to his knees for a few seconds of prayer. The others at first thought he'd collapsed, but it's a thank you for Ireland's 4th gold medal in Olympic history.
Yes, that's true. You had Dr. Pat O'Callaghan from Kanturk, County Cork. He won the hammer in 1924 and 1928. And you had Bob Tisdale in 1932. He won a gold medal in the high hurls. And then you had Ronnie Delaney winning the gold medal in 56. We have won gold medals in other sports. Ireland has, but that was the only athletics one we won in so far. It's amazing when you think of the talent we've had as a small country since then, but we haven't managed to replicate it. But that was a very successful Olympic Games for Ireland, because we won a gold and silver and 2 bronzes, the boxers, in 56 as well as that that gold medal in the athletics. So we were the emerging nation, you see, then. We were still way behind half the world by then, you know. Someone might say that we're still behind, but that would be correct, you know. We do our bit. That was the late great Ronnie Delaney there, and a gentleman, and well respected throughout Ireland as well. We had what some golfers described Derwin as the 5th major played over the weekend.
Yeah.
The winner wouldn't think of it as the 5th major, Cameron Young. Did you see his interview? Cameron Young won the Players' Championship over the weekend on minus 13. He just picked Matt Fitzpatrick, who finished runner-up on minus 12. And Cameron Young won $4.5 million for his weekend. Matt Fitzpatrick won $2.75 million. So Seamus Power from Waterford qualified for the weekend, the only Irish golfer to qualify. He came in 70th place, and guess what did he get for coming 70th? $50,750. My favourite golfer I watched a good bit over the weekend, won live, was Bryson DeChambeau.
Yeah.
Did you see this at all?
I did, yeah.
I love watching Bryson.
He looked good.
Huh?
He looked good.
Oh, Bryson is my man, Bryson DeChambeau. He's a fearless golfer. He won at minus 14, 67, 65, to near the 72, but he finished with a 66, so that was live golf. And in tennis, we had Alcaraz was beaten in the semi-final in the Indian Wells, which is one of the big tournaments outside of the Grand Slams in America, and he was beaten by who beat Alcaraz? Medvedev. And Medvedev met the doper in the final, the Sinner. Sinner won it 7-6, 7-6. And
Just going to throw the allegedly out.
Yeah.
You can bring
allegedly.
that out.
But it wasn't allegedly at all, was it? Sabalenka beat Rybakina in the women's, so she's showing good form again. You know, she won well as well in 3 sets. So that was the tennis. Formula One. There's a lot of controversy. I didn't realise the cars are running half in battery and half in fuel. Is it?
Yeah,
Formula One cars.
half
How does
electric,
it?
half petrol.
How does that work?
It's like a hybrid engine. The only
But
trouble with it, which is what they're all moaning about, is that the battery engines are kicking in at certain points in the race, and if you time your race right, like what Verstappen is saying and a couple of the other drivers, is that it takes about 2-3 laps to get your electric back up from braking, so you recharge the battery. And if you mistime it, you've got guys pulling away from you because they're driving in petrol and they've got maximum power.
yeah,
And then what they're then saying is it all swings and roundabouts because a few laps later they haven't got any electric power and they've got to go back into like recharge mode.
well, there be an easy. Wouldn't there be an easy way? How many laps are in the race? 70 laps, is it?
Yeah, it's anywhere between about 60 to 70, and it depends on the
They,
race on the
they,
track.
they could do 35 laps in petrol and 35 in electric.
Yeah, the only trouble is that they can't actually technically switch it between the two like you can on a street car.
Yeah,
So that it's literally when you make that decision to go with your battery power and your petrol power, once you've used it, it takes X amount of laps to get it back.
is this only pretending for the green thing?
Yeah, it is really. Yeah, I mean
It's just a facade for them, is it?
they're ticking a box and they're saying that they're now much greener car. It's not as polluting and all the rest of the crap. But what they're saying is that the strategies now about driving the cars is now becoming more important than driving the car.
Well, what's his name? In the Grand Prix over the weekend, Kiki Antonelli won it from Russell, and Hamilton was on the podium. Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, and Beerman was fifth. So Russell is leading on 51 points, Antonelli 47, Charles Leclerc on 34, and Hamilton on 33. He's a bit rejuvenated, isn't he? That's a few races now that there's no sign of Verstappen, you know?
Yeah, I mean what they're saying on the radio is that Verstappen is too aggressive a driver for the new regulations. That he's going through his electric source. He's going through that way too fast.
Interesting.
Over the week, I know we didn't see anything last Monday, but it was the Olympics of national hunt racing was on last week in Cheltenham. And for anybody who missed it, there's 28 races over the 4 days in Cheltenham. Ireland won 15 of them and England won 13. Just to keep the theme of oh yeah, there's a very funny picture of you know how if England beat France, Ireland would have won the championship. There's a picture of Johnny Adams with an English rugby jersey on it. And he shouted, "Come on, England." Just very funny. I thought it was the funny.
Could you imagine him actually doing that as well?
What?
Could you imagine him actually doing it?
Who?
Could you imagine Jerry Adams actually doing that?
I couldn't.
I couldn't imagine it either, to be honest.
No, I interviewed Joey. I interviewed Joey a few times, and interesting man, all right. You know, isn't there a court case going on at the moment in England with him?
I don't know.
Yeah, there is.
Is
I
that?
was reading about that.
Anyway,
Do you see?
let's go out.
See Chelsea got nailed today.
Huh?
Chelsea got nailed today on the
They did, but
unfair payment.
because they're Chelsea, they weren't deducted points. The same as
Yeah.
Man City. They can do what they like.
But
Well,
how?
Man City's still going, isn't it?
But how does the Chelsea case come up and have a resolution, and the Man
Because
City one doesn't
They
come up?
broke the rules. They broke the financial regulation rules, which are a farce. If that happened to Leeds or Nottingham Forest, they'd be deducted points.
Yeah.
Well, it's
You know?
already happened to Leicester in
Yeah.
the Championship. They were deducted points.
And Derby County.
I mean, it's happened to other teams,
Didn't
other clubs.
Everton last
Didn't
year?
Forest get deducted points at one point?
It can't happen to Chelsea or Man City. They are too big.
Uh,
Well, what they're
Yeah.
saying with Chelsea, that Abramovich apparently has paid like 600 grand for under the counter payments to various agents for
Yeah.
players, different things. Yeah.
Well, it's
so
not half.
how's that different from Man City paying Roberto Mancini under the table for he has a salary coaching the Man City first team, and then he went and did supposedly
Well,
coaching clinics over in wherever they're from, and then
Abu Dhabi, yeah.
yeah, and then he gets money for that doing it. So it's
he got Lira and he got Sterling. They got confused with the money. Anyway,
yeah, but yeah, you have to admit that it's not the
Brentford are 2-0 up on Wolves. 2-0 up on Wolves. It's in half
Oh,
time
wow.
yet. So they're gone up to 47 points now. And we need managers like this fella in the game today.
Clough has walked in with a shopping bag in his hand. There's an iron in it. And he puts bag down up towel and he steps back so everybody can see him.
Centre stage.
And he goes to Pacey. How did you think you played on Tuesday for England, skipper? And Pacey goes, yeah, I thought I fucking done all right. Yeah. Well, Clough is gone. Well, I thought you were shit, son. He says, and I've seen the programme from last Saturday's game. Aston Villa at home, page 9, bottom left-hand corner, advertisement. Stuart Pearce, electrician. What the fuck's all that about, son? He says, well, when I played non-league football for Wealdstone, I'm an electrician by trade, and we've kept the business running in the family. Our captain's a fucking fraud, lads. He said, if Barbara, my wife's at home now, she calls that number because the light bulb's gone out, you're not fucking coming, are you? He said, no. Told you, lads, captain's a fucking fraud. And as he's doing this, he's walking over to the bag in the middle of the dressing room and he pulls this iron out. He goes, as a matter of fact, son, Barbara's iron's fucked. If you don't mend it, you ain't fucking playing Saturday.
Well, there's a manager, a modern day man. What do you think of him? I had to play it again because it cheered me up. Can you imagine today the captain of England, being told by his club manager that he was what he would called him,
yeah.
They're good.
There was, believe me, there's stories out there about that.
Yeah.
It's like the time that Terry Sheringham was moving to Spurs from from
Man
Forest.
U?
No, from Forest. This is before to Man U. He was leading goal scorer at Forest, and then Spurs came in and bought him.
Yeah.
Terry Venables was Spurs at the time, and Sir Alan Sugar was the owner of Spurs.
Yeah.
And Venables is saying to him, he says, well, he said, yeah, he'll sell us him for whatever it was they sold him for, whatever his transfer fee was. And then he said, we need the 50 grand in the plastic bag. And Sir Alan Sugar says to him, well, what's that for? He said, well, it's for him. That's what he wants. If he doesn't get it, he's not. He won't sell him to us. But that was it, you know. I mean, I've heard stories about stuff like that. That it's been, you know, it went on everywhere, you know.
Well, I love the story of him asking that goalkeeper Mark Crossley to play for his
the Sunday League team.
Yeah, for his was it for his
excuse me, the Sunday League team,
for
his son's Sunday League team. Yeah.
and made him pay and deducted the fine out of his wages.
It's like telling you, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable the things that he said and did. You know?
Yeah, but his record, in all fairness to the man, everybody is has their faults, you know, their flaws, and but his record is in soccer is second to none. You know,
Oh, it was amazing with the two clubs that you're talking about. You know, I mean, when you talk about Derby County and Nottingham Forest, they're not exactly, you know, what you would call superpowers.
No.
And got both promoted from the second division, and then won the first division within 2 years and 1 year of getting up, and then won the European Cup.
Back to back.
Forest won twice, back to back, didn't they?
Yeah, they won it back to back. Yeah,
they won back to back European Cup. I mean, there's a pure knockout competition then. It wasn't only around playing third division teams and.
Who did he get in the first round of the European Cup?
Man United, was it?
No. Liverpool.
Liverpool.
The reigning European champions they got in the fourth round of the European Cup. So what Cloughie did was he went to the board and he said, look, he said, this is the European champions that we're playing here. He said, we've got to make this game like it's the European Cup final. And we got to pay the players a bonus like it. And that's what they did. And they paid them. They made it the value of that so that they'd be incentivized to win it. They beat them.
They had a good team as well.
They had a very good team, yeah.
They had a good team, but as you said, they drew Liverpool in the first round.
Yeah. But, you know, it was funny because he came in. Was it the first one that they beat Malmo in, and Trevor Francis scored the goal.
Yeah.
And Trevor Francis joined like halfway through the season. But
most expensive player, wasn't he?
Yeah. At the time, he was $1 million. He was the first £1 million player.
First $1 million player, yeah.
And they get into the dressing room, and he takes all the medals off of them. Off of some of the new lads. You haven't played enough games and do all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like hilarious that he'd go, yo, you don't deserve it, you haven't played enough games. Because in those days it used to be, you know, it didn't matter how many you had in the squad, you only got a certain amount of trophies for the
it was the actual team, wasn't it? At the end of the final,
Yeah, it was.
I can't remember what player it was, but there is a story about where Clough at Forest had a squash court built at Forest.
Yeah.
And he bought a player, and he said, "You don't have to do any training. You're too good. You can come play squash with me every day."
I think that was Tony Woodcock he used to play squash with.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, Woodcock was actually at Doncaster when Cloughie got to Forest, and he was out on loan, and they were looking to sell him, and then I think Taylor and Cloughie went and had a look at him and said, "No, he's coming back to us. He's not going."
Did Sam Bowles ever play for them?
No,
Stan
Queen's Park
did in the
Rangers.
finish. Yeah, he played
Did
in
he?
the finish. Yeah, at the very end of yeah, Stan was there for a little while, and he brought a lot of players like that in around that
He was
time.
he was a fantastic player, Stan Bowles. I saw him playing.
Oh yeah, he was.
They are
His wife was
magic.
a dinner lady at school.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stan Bowles' his wife. He used to drop her off, and we all used to go around the car and get autographs and stuff. She was a dinner lady at Neaston High. How about that?
Oh, yeah. That's incredible.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the one about the day the landlord came and knocked on his door, and Stan says, "What are you here for?" He said, "I'm looking for the rent." He says, "Well, why don't you come in and the two of us can look for it?"
That's a good
That
one.
was him. That was
Yeah.
him. He was like unbelievable, unbelievable.
Do you know what I didn't realise about Stan Bowles? I've always thought Stan Bowles was a Londoner, and he wasn't. He was like from up like Barnsley way or something like that.
I'm trying to think where he was. Well, he came from. He started off at Carlisle. I think he started off at Carlisle. Or no, did he start off at Man City and then went to Carlisle? He's a Mancunian. I think he's from Manchester.
Right.
And he started at City, and then City sold him to Carlisle, and then Carlisle
To
I think
Rangers.
sold him to QPR.
Well,
So funny having Stan
I
Bowles.
just have it here, lads. He was born in Collyhurst, Manchester.
Right.
Stan Bowles. So he was born just outside Manchester.
He had a few addictions, didn't he?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
he died of Alzheimer's in the end at the age of 75 or 6. Very
Yeah.
sad. Yeah. So he was outside Manchester, he was born. But I remember him playing, God, the crowds in Loftus Road that time, in the early 70s. Oh my God, it's been packed out to the wall, you know?
Yeah, that
Oh
was
yeah.
Venables, wasn't it? Venables,
Oh, yeah.
Jerry Francis,
Well, I can tell you, Phil Parks was in goal.
Phil
Terry
Parks.
Mancini. Terry Mancini.
Dave Clement was right back.
McClintock.
Ian Gillard was left back. McClintock and Mancini
Yeah,
were the two centre backs.
yeah.
Venables, Jerry Francis,
Oh, good. Strong
Dave
player.
Thomas, Don Givings, Stan
Yeah,
Bowles,
Yeah.
and who was the other one? Who was the other one that played in midfield with him?
Yeah, that's
My debut against them, so I know him.
a smashing team, Joe.
Oh, it was a very good team.
Yeah, very good team. They
And
were all players, as I said, they were all players.
entertainers and could play as well. Yeah, they finished. Actually, Dave Sexton, I think, came in after Gordon Jago, because Gordon Jago put that team pretty much together, I think.
Yeah.
And then Dave Sexton came in, and they finished second. They finished runners up in the league, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah.
1 year. Yeah, they did. And
Is that Dave Sexton that went to Man U?
yeah, was at Chelsea, Man U. Yeah, there's more stories about him. Remember Peter Osgood?
Yeah.
Peter Osgood and Dave Sexton. Dave Sexton was his father was a boxer, and Dave Sexton had been brought up as a boxer as well, you know, but he went into coaching. And Osgood and he hated each other. And they'd get in fist fights all the time. Yeah, it was, yeah. That's why they sold him in the finish. They sold Osgood in the finish to Southampton.
Yeah.
To pay for the new stand. It was like Alan Hudson went to Stoke and Ozzy went to Southampton, and that was to pay off the debt for the stand that they built at Stamford Bridge.
Oh yeah.
Osgood and Alan Hudson had a pub in Chertsey,
Okay.
and it was famous. It never closed. It never shut.
Well,
That sounds a bit like Huddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be like him. But yeah,
he just shut the door to put on the kettle and he opened it again then.
yeah.
Yeah, the stories are like famous around Chertsey in Surrey about the pub. It was in the High Street, in Chertsey High Street. And Osgood and Hudson, I think there was another player involved as well. And basically, like Chelsea played at home on a Saturday night, everybody was straight back to the pub afterwards, and
All night.
be sort of Tuesday
yeah.
before they'd resurface.
the one that I was told, or a couple of them I was told, but one, Charlie Cook, when he was at Chelsea, they all lived in the suburbs, outside.
Yeah.
They had houses outside, but Charlie would bring in a suitcase or a suit carrier with 2 suits in it. He'd come in on Saturday morning for the game, so he had a suit for Saturday night and Sunday night, and he'd never go home. And Terry was telling us a story about when they were at Stoke and Jeff Salmons and all those guys were there, and Alan Hudson signed for him. Every Wednesday they had a day off, so Tuesday after training, they'd all drive down to London, down to Huddy's place, and they'd all be there overnight, and then come back on the Wednesday and be in for training on Thursday. Some of the things that used to go on were unbelievable. Yeah.
Chelsea have always had their training ground in Chobham,
Right.
which is just around the M25 from Chertsey. It's like 2 junctions on around the M25, or what would have been the A25 back then.
Yeah.
But I mean, Fox Hills, where I used to be attached, is in Chertsey. So the stories you'd hear were just like, you could go on a Saturday night and basically talk to them about the match they've just played and still be there Monday lunchtime.
Yeah.
Goodness me. Goodness me.
Yeah.
And what about the pub today? What way is it today?
It's still a pub, but it's obviously that was in its past as such. It's different type of pub now, but it's like a gallery pub now.
It closes as well at night, does it?
Yeah, it closes at night. Yeah, because David Webb had a Christmas cracker company while he was playing for Chelsea.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had a company that made Christmas crackers.
That's
He'd be delivering Christmas crackers all over the Christmas period when Chelsea were playing away. Like if they were playing Leeds, for argument's sake, Leeds would be having parties and stuff like that, and he'd be bringing the boxes of Christmas crackers with him. He'd be delivering to the other team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it. When we used to go and play Man City, we'd go up on a Friday, and Mike Summerby had a shirt factory, and we would buy our shirts off of him. So he would come to the hotel the night before the game after the lads had ordered.
Take the orders.
Yeah, and he'd come, just hang out, talking to the lads, deliver whatever he was delivering, and then head off back home. He was independently wealthy. The same with Francis Lee. Francis Lee was a businessman.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, did he have a paper?
He had a paper mill. He made toilet rolls, didn't he?
Yeah, toilet rolls. That's what it was. Yeah.
And he used to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like he'd have boxes and boxes on the team coat because whoever they were playing was buying, hundreds and hundreds of toilet rolls.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
And,
And,
there's another one with Jack Charlton, that when he played for Leeds, he was big mates with a Jewish lad who had a clothing company in Leeds, and he'd be selling suits to all the London players like Venables and gang and all of that. And he'd literally, sometimes there'd be like a little Jewish lad tailor on the team bus, and he'd be measuring the opposition for their suits, and he'd bring them down for the big Chelsea or Arsenal or whoever was playing Leeds at home, as in at Ellen Road. He'd bring the suits that he'd already been down to measure them up on. And Jack Charlton used to get a little backhanded, like a little introduction thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the business. Yeah, much, yeah. Just like Matt Crossley selling the slippers, remember? That story.
Yeah.
To make a few extra bob, you know? That's very funny. Anyway, lads, it was a great chat again. And we've come to the end of another evening of Sportsview. And thanks to all the people that kept us focused for the night as well. And we'll be back again next Monday night, which will be the 23rd. So happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Have a nice day tomorrow. It's a bank holiday in Ireland. And America's going green, Joe, is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Everyone will be Irish tomorrow.
Yeah. Have green ties in the White House.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We'll have great fun. Micheál Martin is going to stop the war, is he?
Oh, yeah. To drop off the peace shamrock.
Yeah. There you go. Anyway, from Dermot, from Joe and myself, lads, thanks for all your company and have a good sporty weekend and the best of luck to all the teams tomorrow night in the European Cups.
See you, boys.
See you, boys. See you next week.
Take care.